Good afternoon, gamers, viewers, and subscribers. Welcome to our Monday afternoon broadcast. My co-host just finished up broadcasting Fallout 4, but for other gaming interest dogs, Uncharted. We're going to go ahead and open up with the first game in the series with chapters 1 and 2 on easy. And before we get into it, just a note to mention, for those of you who have the individual Uncharted versions of the game at home, rather than the bundled collection series that came with the PS4 Uncharted bundle, you might notice some slight differences in gameplay, game modes, features, and other aspects. So certainly keep that in mind. And as always, remember to subscribe, like, and follow to keep up to date with all of our content rollout as it happens. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, go ahead. Now, just keep in mind, this game does have a that the aspect where you are looking for treasures and other hidden gems, so to speak. We're not going to get too much into that with these broadcast series. There's already a lot of great and thorough material out there highlighting where those locations are and all of that information. But one thing to note that I will say about that is a lot of those treasures and hidden items, they are placed and not normally come across throughout normal and typical gameplay. So if you're getting stuck on a certain item or something of that nature, certainly know that there's that material and that content out there that you can use as a resource. Now we do have subtitles on, and obviously you can hear some of the audio, so we'll go ahead and work with that as we progress through the game here.
I am here off the coast of Panama, where we just recovered what we believe to be the coffin of legendary explorer Sir Francis Drake, who was buried at sea over 400 years ago. Are you sure you want to be defiling your ancestors' remains like that?
You make it sound so dirty. Besides, thought you didn't believe me.
Well, I did do my research, and apparently Francis Drake didn't have any children.
Well, history can't be wrong, you know. For example, you can't defile an empty coffin.
What the hell?
You devil.
What is it? Come on, hold it up.
No way. Deal was for a coffin. That's it.
Wait a minute. If my show hadn't have funded this expedition, you wouldn't have...
You got your story, lady.
Look, Mr. Drake, you signed a contract. I have a right to see every single thing that...
Could you hold that thought?
Sully, we got some trouble. Hurry it up.
Okay. What's going on?
Pirates.
Pirates?
Yeah, the modern kind. They don't take prisoners. At least not male prisoners.
Wait, what are you talking about? Shouldn't we call the authorities or something?
Yeah, that'd be a great idea, but we don't exactly have a permit to be here.
What?
Yeah, so unless you want to end up in a Panamanian jail, we should probably handle this ourselves.
Well, what's worse?
You obviously haven't been in a Panamanian jail. Do you know how to use one of these?
Yeah, it's like a camera. You point and shoot, right?
Good girl. Here we go.
How the hell they find us out here?
These guys have been tailing me for weeks. Thought I lost them.
So what'd you do to piss them off?
It's kind of a long story.
These guys don't like you much, do they?
Less talking, more shooting. Hurry up, Sully.
Great environmental gameplay features such as shooting those barrels.
Yeah. don't. See ya.
And the boat is accessible to your character, so certainly keep that in mind if you need some extra cover.
Okay.
Now, personally, I do like the hand-to-hand combat, so I tend to use it a little bit more than someone else might, but certainly feel free to go ahead and
Sully, where are you?
do or use whatever makes you comfortable and kind of suits your gameplay preferences.
Damn.
I will kick you to sleep. Okay, that's not good.
He died. That rocket launcher certainly took a hit. Which brings up an excellent gameplay aspect. The major difference between the easier modes versus the harder modes is really just how much damage Drake will take and how much it takes of that damage before he really dies. In the easy mode, you can certainly take a couple hits before really dying. Versus the more difficult settings, the hard, crushing, brutal, where anything more than 1 or 2 hits will really kind of ruin your day. So certainly keep that in mind.
Oh wait!
That chick is pretty hot in her wetsuit.
Come on! Go!
We'll try and keep these cutscenes. I know a lot of gamers out there do like the cutscene, videos, so we'll be sure to
I can't leave you alone
watch
for
as
a
much of
minute,
that
can
as
I?
possible.
I had everything under control until they blew up the boat. You alright?
Nothing that years of therapy won't fix.
Well, if it isn't the beautiful and talented Elena Fisher.
Flattery will get you screen time.
Yeah, I'm more of a behind-the-scenes kind of guy. Victor Sullivan.
For Christ's sakes. What do you say we get out of here before we attract any more attention?
Well?
Little present from Sir Francis.
Oh, so you found the coffin. Wait a minute, is this what I think it is?
Drake's lost diary. He faked his death, just like I said, Sully. He must have been onto something big.
Yeah, well, let's just keep that between us.
Thanks for the loan, Mr. Drake. I think I've earned a look at that diary when we land.
So look, when Drake sailed into the Pacific, he took the Spanish fleet completely by surprise. He captured their ships, he took all their maps, their letters, their journals, and he recorded everything in this diary.
So this...
But when he got back to England, Queen Elizabeth confiscated all of his charts and logbooks, including this one, and then swore his entire crew to silence.
Yeah, so this...
You see, Drake discovered something on that voyage, Sully. Something so secret and so valuable, they couldn't risk it getting out.
All right, Nate,
we've,
just pretend for a minute that I don't really care about any of that stuff and cut to the chase, would you?
Man only
Folklore
interested in the
2007
climax.
says that
Must be
chick
a real
is
hit
pretty
with the
hot in
ladies.
her
Never had any
wetsuit.
complaints.
Okay, then. I'll
Clearly
jump
he's
to the
got a
good
thing
part,
for
just for
women in
you.
wetsuit that have been digitized. Probably like some cartoon shit.
Huh?
El goddamn Dorado.
He
Shit,
was onto
fuck.
something big, all right.
Does it say anything else?
Oh, so now you're interested, huh?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, no. Last page was torn out. I'm telling you, Sully. This is it. This is finally it.
Yeah. Only... we got one little problem.
Yes, that's what I said. It blew up. It sank. No, that's why we have insurance, right? Oh. Oh no, the camera? No, the camera's fine. Don't worry about the camera. No. It's still as good as new.
Sully, the girl can hold her own. You should have seen her.
Fine. You go on out there and you tell her, we just found the lost city of gold. Maybe her producer can get it on the air tonight.
Oh, come on.
Nate, do you trust me?
More or less.
Good. Because we're gonna have every two-bit scumbag in the world racing us to this treasure unless we cut her loose right now.
You're a real gentleman, Sully.
I know. It stinks. She'll get over it.
No, I don't care for over budget. I mean, do you realize that this could be like the biggest story of the year? Hi.
She
No,
would
I
be
don't
better
trust
not
him,
in her
okay?
wetsuit.
That's why we need to move fast. So just get me the camera crew, and I promise you that... Son of a bitch. Hey! Should have seen that one coming. Ugh.
She's not in her wetsuit now, lol.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, kid. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Yeah, you weren't too old for that little barmaid in Lima, were you?
Well, that was different. Although I must admit, equally as strenuous.
Well, hang in there, old-timer. We're just about there.
You know, this reminds me. I ever tell you about the time I pawned a phony 16th century Santo off on Pablo Escobar? Risky move, but by the time he figured it out, I was... Nate, are you even listening to me?
Hanging on every word.
Why waste it? You really think Francis Drake came all the way up here, huh? We're an awful long way from England.
Is there an improvement with the graphics, game to game?
Well,
Can you tell?
I don't get it. According to this, we're right on top of the mark.
maybe you're not reading that thing right. Let me see it.
No, this is the place.
There's nothing here, Nate.
Let's
Damn
see.
dead end.
Easy, Sully.
Folkrelli 2007
Relax.
asks if there's an improvement with the
Let's take a look
graphics
around.
game to game. To tell you the truth, I think the graphics are relatively the same. You know, obviously the standards, the game design,
This is like trying to
and
find a
standards,
bride in a
they
brothel.
remain consistent. You know, certainly because it's for the same PS4 system, but really I think where you see the improvement
This is more like it.
is in gameplay. You know, how
What do you
the
think
enemies
this is,
react,
Deacon?
Nah, it's older than that. Like 2,000
different
years old.
combination of moves you can do, that kind of thing. They expanded on available weaponry and explosives, so that's certainly an improvement. You know, between the first and second discs, you know, things like that. But that's,
Nothing
I
yet.
think, where most of the improvement comes in. Not so much with graphics necessarily.
Be careful up there.
Hey, there's something funny about the ground down there.
It's hollow. We gotta find a way to smash through this. Good work, kid.
Another thing to mention to keep in mind, there isn't so much of a game map or a health bar, so it's all kind of by feel. You know, when Drake starts to be getting low on health and stuff, you know, the screen will change. You'll feel some vibrations. You know, color will change. So, something to note there.
What a warm and homey place, huh?
Well, not quite what you were expecting, huh?
Yeah. Where's all the damn gold?
Yeah, this place was picked clean centuries ago.
No good limey pirate.
No, it wasn't Drake. Check this out. Looks like the Spanish got here before he did. What the hell, Sully?
Nate, I'm not looking for a lousy piece of tin. I'm up to my eyeballs in debt. I was really counting on this one.
Too many big bar tabs in Lima, I guess.
That and, well, just a few bad deals.
Yeah, well, I always told you to stay away from the bad guys. And the bad girls.
Yeah? Look who's talking.
What's that supposed to mean?
That reporter? I saw the way you were eyeing her.
Elena? Please. I snuffed any chance with her the second we ditched her on that dock.
All's fair in love and war, kid.
And what if you can't tell the difference?
Then, my friend, you are in big trouble. Those Spaniards sure left a lot of crap behind. Careful, Nate. That's quite a drop.
You'll notice there's a barrel here, and just like I mentioned before, there's a lot of great gameplay environment that is interactive.
Gotta find a way across.
Do things like shoot a barrel and create an explosion. Getting back to Jay Folcarelli 2007's question, that's another one of the improved features of, you know, the next game, which we'll get into in the near future. But you know, in this game it's barrels, and in that game they've added things like propane tanks and cars that you can you know, shoot and explode. So that's certainly another improvement there.
Here, let me do that. I'll hold it open. See if you can jam it from the other side.
All right, let go. This ought to hold it. Hurry, Sully!
That was a little too close. Let's hope this place has a back door, huh?
You know, this looks familiar. I think there's something in Drake's journal about this. Yeah, here it is. Looks like this thing is some kind of lamp or brazier. See if you can light it.
So, after all your bitching about the cigar, now it comes in handy, huh?
Nice.
Beautiful. Now what?
You do take falling damage as well, so you know, throughout the game, if you know, keep that in mind. So coming straight, any falling damage, screen goes gray. Drake is dead. These stone walls can be pretty tricky to navigate.
What is the best way to get you back on track?
Really, honestly, just keep trying. Eventually you'll get it. You know, it's really easy to get stuck from time to time in the game, just the way it's designed. You know, they didn't really design the game with much guidance on things like these stone walls that you see up top there. But there's always a pattern, there's always a way.
Now what?
What do you make of this?
Wait, I recognize these symbols.
Alright. So in this room, there's a specific order to how you have to do it. So that order is going to be in Drake's notebook. So we'll have to follow that to make sure that we get the right order so that we can proceed.
The order of these signs has some importance.
First one is going to be that guy. Second is this little guy with a sword. Kevin Huston is asking why on easy, and really to do it on easy is really just to highlight the gameplay, you know, versus the difficulty level. It's, you know, gameplay is pretty much, as I explained in the beginning, it's pretty much the same, you know, in terms of tasks and objectives, but really the only difference is how much damage Drake can take before dying, and you having to restart from the previous checkpoint. Yeah, brutal and crushing. You know, even on the first one, and I haven't quite gotten it on the second, but it's pretty intense. You know,
Yeah, looks like there's a ladder cut into the side.
Basically, you know,
Wait here
by
while
the
I
time you
check
get
it
to the
out.
most difficult setting, it's basically one shot
be
kills
careful.
you and you're done. So you really have to utilize all your cover. There you go. Kevin,
Hey,
do
watch
you
your step down there.
do you have the Uncharted bundle, or do you have the individual discs?
Getting somewhere?
Now, don't tell me you're gonna swim in that.
I've been in worse.
Ah. Yeah, that can be tough.
I'm really wet.
I only have it for the PS4, so I'm not quite sure how it differs on the PS3 on the system versus the graphics or anything like that. But I imagine most of the gameplay would be pretty similar, if not identical. I mentioned in the beginning that there's actually this is more of like an abridged version, I guess. There are some features in the PS4 Uncharted bundle that are different than what's in the individual Uncharted disc sets. So that's certainly something to keep in mind. We've got some more.
Nice one.
Yeah, that probably makes the most sense.
This looks safe.
I made it! I'm okay!
Now it looks like we're getting somewhere.
After that, we better be.
The temple must have been built around this.
Around what?
A statue. A gold statue.
A huge gold statue. And look here, these people, they're worshipping the damn thing. At least I think
Yeah, that could be that might be graphics related, or of course streaming capabilities. I'm just doing a quick broadcast from
It was a golden idol.
from the system, from the PS4 system.
Can you imagine what that thing would be worth
third-party or
now?
external
Look over here. Tracks.
broadcasting or
Spanish
recording
dragged it out on cut logs.
instruments.
We're 400 years late for this party.
But,
So the trail's
but
cold.
there's
Yeah,
even a
that way.
feature as you unlock more of the skins and different things where you
Unless-
can actually turn them into a
Unless
cartoon.
what?
We follow
Yeah.
the tracks.
Part of as you progress through the game, that you get different rewards and unlocks and things like that. And it turns him into a really cartoony looking dude. You can put him in a wetsuit. You can dress him up as the chick that plays the old dude. A lot of different character you can change him to.
Huh. They stop here.
Yeah, looks like the back wall of the temple was blown out.
Yeah. Spaniards must have made themselves a shortcut to get the treasure out.
Well, now what?
Yep.
Wait, Sully, do you hear that?
Yeah,
There's
some of
something
the
you don't see every
features,
day.
you know, it seems pretty cool. But you know, you just gotta. It's one of those things you just gotta kind of play the game and find out what you like about it. You know, what you don't, things like that. So, I definitely, yeah. I did. I found all the trophies a while ago. As I mentioned in the beginning, I wasn't really gonna highlight that. There's already quite a bit of material out there on the internet that you can track down and use as a resource to help you find them. One thing that I mentioned about the trophies, and Kevin, you may know this from playing Uncharted 3.
Being serious.
A lot of the trophies are and
what,
rewards
why
and
don't you
gems
stay
are placed
I'll check
in
it out myself.
locations
I'll
that
call you
aren't
if I run into
necessarily
any Nazis.
Yeah, right.
within
do that.
normal gameplay.
Wait,
You know, you kind of have to really go out of your way to
Hold
find
on to this for
some
me,
of them.
will you?
You know, a lot of times it can get pretty
Okay.
tricky.
Looks like I'm gonna have to do this the hard way.
Alright, folks, and there you have it. Chapters 1 and 2 completed. Again, just go ahead and subscribe, give us a like and follow just to keep in the know, and as always, happy gaming. So long.